Good morning, friends. Welcome back to my YouTube channel Medical Classes by Dr. Srinidhi Kumar Acharya. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and also please give your valuable comments. In the last few classes, we are discussing about Bala shosha, and we have seen all the basics of Bala shosha, and also we have seen some of the basic information regarding the nutritional disorders and how a protein energy malnutrition like condition, marasmus or kwashiorkor like condition will go into develop. We know that under the malnutrition or protein energy malnutrition, we have got two important things. One is marasmus and another one is a kwashiorkor. Marasmus is the beginning stage and kwashiorkor is a compensatory stage. Once the loss of carbohydrate stores in the body, loss of fat stores in the body, loss of protein stores in the body. These three are actually attributed to the formation of a marasmus. Okay. Once protein loss is there, then what happens? Once the protein loss is there, is development of edema. Okay, generalized body edema will go into develop. So as a compensatory mechanism or as a compromising mechanism for the protein loss, there will be development of generalized edema along with the decreased so many other bodily activities and more chronicity towards the infection. So this particular part has been compared to the kwashiorkor. Okay. So this point we have to make it very clear. Now, so beautifully Ayurveda in Bala shosha, they included all these things in a very short way. Okay, so therefore we need to study it in a detailed manner. Anyway, if you look into the symptoms of Bala shosha, which is mentioned by Vakvata, the shloka is again very clear. Atyaha swapna shitambu shleshmikastanya sevinaha shisho kafena ruddeshu shotasu ratavaishu. So let us take the symptoms here. Okay, then let us take the causes. Now first you begin with the causes. When you look into the causes, Atyaha Swapna, Shita, Ambu, Shleshmika, Stanya Sevina. So in this whole shloka, if you see the causes, he explains only 3 or 4 causes. One is Atyaha Swapna, Ati Swapna. In other words, Ati Shitapana, Shita Ambupana, Ati Shita Ambupana. Then Shleshmika, Stanya Sevina. Now, within these 3 causes itself, he included all the causes of malnutrition disorders or PM like disorders, which is explained in the other contemporary sciences. Let us see how it is possible. First is Ati Swapna. Okay. Now, one of the causes he mentioned for Bala shosha is Ati Swapna. So, meaning of Ati Swapna is indulging in excessive sleep. Ati Swapna. Okay. Swapna is of Swabhavika type. Natural type of swapnas are there also there. Pathological type of swapna is also there. Okay. Now swapna here in this case refers to a type of nidra. Okay. So after nidra there will be. So he want to say the ati nidra. Ati swapna means ati nidra. Okay. Now, so this indicates that child is dull, inactive, with lack of interest in his surroundings. So we have to take a very broad meaning over here. Okay. So Ati Swapna means child is indulging in excessive sleep. Actually that particular sleep is not the Swabhavika Nidra. It is a pathological, Vaikharika Nidra. Okay. So it is a pathological sleep and that particular sleep is occurring. Okay. So that sleep is occurring because of various reasons. Now excessive sleep, dullness, inactivity, loss of interest towards the surrounding and environment. These are the typical findings of kwashiorkor. Okay, apathy is there, dullness will be there. Okay, less response to the surrounding. So this do happens in the stage of the kwashiorkor. That's the last stage, the compensatory or compromising stage of PM, where there is a lot of protein loss is there. Child is getting more and more infection, chronicity towards the infection is there. And mentally the child is dull because proteins are get lost and all the bodily functions are reduced and blood supply and nutritional supply is reduced. So therefore even the neurons are also get affected and that leads to the dullness of the child, apathy, irritability, etc. So these things are in general it is told as Ati Swapna. Okay, this is mentioned. So this is an important finding in the kwashiorkor stage, in the advanced stage of a PM. Okay. So we have to understand this particular cause in this way. It should not be treated like a cause. Okay. Now this is not only the cause. Child is indulging in excessive sleep. Therefore, there will be Bala shosha. It is not like that actually. Of course, you can give the justification. What is that? Ati Swapna, child is doing excessive sleep, and because of Ati Swapna, there will be Kapha Vriddhi, and Kapha Vriddhi leads to Rasavaha Shroto Dushti. So, like this explanation can be also given in terms of Ayurveda. Okay, but actually, we have to take it in other way that this is an important symptom of Bala Shosha. Okay, Ati Swapna may occur in the later part of the PM like disorders when the child reaches the stage of kwashiorkar. Next is Ati Ambu Sevana. Another important thing which is mentioned in this sloka, I will not say it as cause, they mentioned it as Ati Ambu Sevana. A child who is taking more amount of Ambu, Shita Ambu, Atyaha Shita Ambu Sevana, cold water, is also more prone to develop Bala Shosha. In terms of Ayurveda, if you say, yes, very clear, Ati Ambupana, that is also cold water, Ati Ambushita, Ati Shita Ambupana. So that again leads to the Kapha Vriddhi, and Kapha Vriddhi leads to Rasa, Dhatu, Dushti, Shrotoshanga, etc. and the disease starts. But if you understand same in the present day context, this point towards a faulty dietary habits. Okay? Ati Ambusevana, that means we always say that Jalamaha Bhuta Pramana should be normal in our diet. But instead of taking the whole food, instead of taking a balanced food, instead of taking the complete food, or instead of taking a sarvarasabhyasa, if the child is practiced of taking only one type of food material, like in this case it is Jala Mahabhuta, okay, Shita Ati Ambupana. So that is considered as incomplete food. Okay, so this actually point towards the faulty dietary habits. Excess intake of water before meal also makes the person karsha. Okay, so this is very clearly mentioned in Shastra also, by decreasing digestive power. Now, little quantity of water and other liquid foods may not be fulfilled the required caloric feed. Now, if the child is only consuming the liquid food, okay, maybe a diluted milk, for example, diluted milk, or any other diluted juices or anything. What is the problem? The child will get satisfied at the earliest, but child is not getting the required amount of the calories. Okay, that is energy deficit will be there, because the child will be satisfied and the stomach is full, but still about suppose if you give half a liter of diluted milk, cow's milk, to the child, after taking 2 or 3 glasses, child will feel total satisfaction. The stomach is full. But if you calculate the total amount of the calories that baby is getting, that is very, very less. 100 ml of the cow's milk give about 76 kilocalories. And in that also you are diluting and then giving. You can make the baby satisfied and make the stomach of the baby full. But calorie wise, when you are thinking, it is very, very less. Okay, so excess intake of liquid food leads to early satiety with subsequent calorie deficiency or calorie insufficiency and emaciation due to catabolism of the stored fat of the body. Now, when there is an energy deficit, there is no other way. Body has to use the stored fat or stored proteins for that purpose. So when this practice is continued for a long time, so it may be one of the cause of a Bala Shosha or PM-like conditions. What I mean to say is this totally actually this word refers to faulty feeding habits. It may be maybe child is taking only carbohydrates, that is also bad. Child is taking only liquids, that is also bad. Child is taking only milk, that is also bad. Because we need to take a balanced food. Okay, so actually this one word Ati Ambu Sevana, Ati Ambu Shita Ambu Sevana, that indicate all these things. Basically this states that you have to take a complete food. You should not get restricted to one type of the food. Okay, only fat, only protein, only carbohydrate. So that is not good. You need also vitamins. Okay, so if you are taking only a liquid diet, from where actually you are getting the vitamins? There is no vitamins available. Okay, no minerals available. Minimum calcium is there, phosphorus is there in the milk. Minimum minerals are there. Okay, so there is no sodium at all. So like this, many points are explained here. So although this looks like a very simple word, Ati Ambu Sevana, actually it points towards the fact that you need to take complete balanced food according to the body requirement and should not get adhered to one type of food. Now if you go to the South Indian area, so what actually happens is there the food is very rich in carbohydrate, but their food contains very less amount of the fat and also less amount of the proteins. Okay, Similarly, when you come to the North Indian side, usually their food habits are like that. It contains more amount of the fat and less amount of the carbohydrates. Of course, wheat products they contain carbohydrate, but it is inclination is more towards the fat and protein. So dal, the use of dal is more. So protein and fat intake is more, but less carbohydrates compared to that. So this should not happen. There should be balance for everything. So this word actually explains this particular point. Another is Ati Shitamu. This is also I told, just explained in relation to this also. The cold property of the water actually decreases the digestive fire, causing indigestion of the Agni, leading to Agni Manya. This is the basic knowledge we have got from the Ayurveda. So this may also lead to anorexia in the child. Now, Ahara should be always Panchamahabhutik. It contains all the Panchamahabhutas equally. Therefore, we say Shadrasa Ahara Bhojana. But if the Shita Ahara is there, if the child is taking only cold Ahara or cold Ambu, cold water, then it is rich in Jala Mahabhuta only with very less amount of Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Prithvi, etc. So again, this is nothing but this is an imbalance in the food imbalance. Okay, so we are not giving a balanced food. So actually, these two words refers to the importance of a balanced food or complete food. Another important is Shleshmika Stanya. Now, in infants, actually on the breastfeeding, Stanya is a major nutritional supply, isn't it? So in infants on breastfeeding, Vishit Kapha may cause the Kaphaja Stanya Dushti. This is the Shleshmika Stanya Sevina. The word meaning of Shleshmika Stanya means Kapha Dushita Stanya. Okay? Kapha Dushita Stanya. So when I say Kapha Dushita Stanya, if I go to the reference and I compare with the contemporary medical science, that means any fat breast milk which contains excess amount of the fatty material or heavy materials. Okay, now heavy materials in sense I have to say that it is fat, lipids, phospholipids, cholesterol, etc. Okay, so then what happens? If the baby is fed with only such type of food, then in that particular breast milk, the relative quantities of carbohydrate and protein will going to decrease. Relative quantities of carbohydrate and protein will be going to decrease. Now, suppose the constitution of the breast milk is so in such a way it is deranged that it contains more than 60% of the fat material. Then relatively the amount of the carbohydrate and amount of the protein will naturally decrease. When the baby is fed with such type of food for a longer time, such type of breast milk for a longer time, definitely again there is a deficiency symptom related to carbohydrate, related to protein, etc. So that's what they are selling. More than that, the fat when you give in excess, okay, it causes obstruction for the metabolism, because see, major portion of the energy requirement of the body will be always taken by the carbohydrate, and fat is basically for the storage purpose and also some the formation of the cell membrane and insulation purpose, etc., adipose tissues, etc. But only formation of the fat, so that leads to so many other problems, because that fat stored has to be get disintegrated to form the carbohydrate, and during that time fat is disintegrated into fatty acid and glycerol. This fatty acid in the blood, so that causes much problem. Okay, like acidosis, then ketone bodies, many problems will be there. So all such things are gathered together, and then they says that Shleshmika Stanya Sevinaha. Okay, so we should take it in a very broad sense. So this may also lead to diarrheal episodes, because fatty diarrheas may be there. Excess of the fat may not be get digested properly. Okay, because in the newborn children, the fat absorption capacity is limited. As the age passes, it increases. So this may also lead to diarrheal episodes recurrently, which subsequently causes emaciation of the body. Agnimandya, Ajirna will be there, and because of the diarrhea is there, the diarrhea itself is one of the major cause for the emaciation of the body. So like this has to be taken. Shleshmika Stanya Sevanaha. Now, how we can compare these four important, this Swapna, then Ati Ambu Sevana, Ati Shitambu Sevana, and then Shleshmika Stanya. So these are the four important aspects actually which are leading to Bala Shosha. Okay, So actually, if you look into all the four factors, he only actually stresses one point. What is that? Your food should be balanced food. It may be ati shleshmika sanya. There also he is telling that fat is more, other two are less. So imbalance of the food. Then if you ati ambu, ati shita, there also he says the same thing. Okay. So therefore, basically, not taking a nutritious diet, not taking a sarvarasa, shadrasa yukta bhojana, or not taking a balanced food is a major cause, and that itself leads to so many other problems. So when I say balanced food, it is not only taking the balanced food and also digestion and metabolism of the balanced food. I am taking a balanced food, but there are some metabolic defects are there where carbohydrate is not get converted into glucose. So that also comes under this only because end products are not formed. Okay, so like this we have to take a broad meaning of that. Then we are able to compare this particular Bala shosha with the present knowledge of protein energy malnutrition like conditions or any nutritional problems. How it helps and what are the logic behind this, that will go to explain in the next class. Thank you very much.